and you can explore some of these on your own. Now this is Weekend Wager. It's a very easy format that you can just jump right into. You select the event and where it's taking place, and then you choose the top 3 finishers. And then you have your wildcard pick where you can choose from these categories: pole position, hard charger, which is the driver who gains the most positions throughout the race; best in class, which usually applies to sports car racing when you have multiple classes; and most stage wins, which is for a rally event. You can spend up to 300 fantasy credits. Okay, there's no real money involved with Super Fantasy GP. It's all fantasy credits. You can choose how many credits you want to allocate towards each selection. But remember, the limit for a Weekend Wager is 300 credits. I also have Formula One, so if you're a big Formula One fan, you can choose from these different categories and select which driver is going to finish in what position. Of course, we're missing one because the field is not set yet. We're just waiting for one more confirmation for the Williams team for their second driver. If you click over here, it shows you a list of all the other formats. I have 5 different formats just for Formula One. You can see them here, and it stops right up here, which is the Path to F1, which includes a support series called Formula 2. Super Fantasy GP also has DTM, Formula E, IMSA, IndyCar, MotoGP, Supercars from Australia, and the renamed WTCR series. So once you download the app and you've seen the updates, and you can go and explore these different formats and see which one best suits you. I also have DFS, or Daily Fantasy Sports formats. I'll show you the E-Squad. And this is basically a salary type format that you might use in fantasy football or fantasy basketball. As you can see here, the drivers are separated into 3 tiers, and they all have different values. Now for this particular format, you can spend up to $20 million worth of fantasy credits. Okay, that's your fantasy budget. And you can choose which drivers you think are going to perform the best over the race weekend. So if you go for the top guy here, Sam Bird, who's valued at $14 million, of course you can only spend 6 million more credits. So you can pick one driver from tier 2, and then no driver from tier 3, or you can pick a $6 million driver from tier 3 and no driver from tier 2. So there's a lot of strategic combinations that you can use as long as you don't go over $20 million worth of fantasy credits.